Hey guys, this video is going to be mainly about my truck and pretty much everything that we've done to it. Done a lot, so get yourself some snacks, drinks, anything, because it's kind of a long video.
He's going to get his truck actually fixed later today. We're taking it to a buddy of his shop and kind of get some kinks worked out that we can't seem to figure out what the heck's going on. But we gotta wait until like after 4 o'clock to drop it off today. But thing just has no power. That's part of the issue. Got some other issues, like it just randomly dies. We don't know what's going on. I can show you some of the details on his truck though, because I've never showed him on here, I don't think. Yeah, makes a lot of popping noises. But I know we said it in another one. Nobody watches my videos yet, so anyways, you can. How about you explain your truck to him? Because like, in all seriousness, like there's a ton done to your truck.
Okay, so it's a 1994 Ford F-150 with the 5.8 Windsor in it, and it started out kind of like a piece of crap. It was my great-grandpa's, and it got handed down through the family. And then my uncle had it for a little while, so it sat in a parking lot. And from there, it kind of just got in rougher shape over time. And then, when I was like 16 and a half, basically, they gave me this for my first vehicle. But it was several different colors, not because it was a two-tone, but because it was, the paint was falling off.
The bed was yeah, from a different truck.
And the suspension was so rotted away you could put your fist through the perch.
Which is why these new ones that are chrome are on here now.
Yeah. And I got pictures of that on my Instagram. If you really scroll back, you'll be able to see.
Funny enough, I'm going to add this in there just because the reason, so those perches, like he's talking about, that was what started this whole truck getting how it is. Yeah. We had to replace the perches, and then we're like, let's go get them powder coated chrome.
Basically,
well, and then every other part after this, we decided to go have powder coated pretty much, and then it started turning into what it turned into.
But since we needed to get rid of that, we were like, all right, well, we're gonna have to get new suspension. So while we're at the suspension, we're like, oh, well, I guess we ought to lift it. Well, we got the lift, and we're like, all right, well, I guess we ought to powder coat it now. So it just kind of went to one thing to another. But I'm running a 6-inch BDS lift with dual shocks in the front. There's no blocks or anything in the rear. It's all springs. The glide ride springs, I think is what they were called.
Yeah.
But
he's on a second set of drums.
Yeah, second set of drums. I drove with my e-brake on the first time I drove my truck, and they were smoking. I pulled up to the gas station and I couldn't see because of how much smoke there was.
Turn them into an egg.
Yeah. So that wasn't very right. But we grinded the whole frame down, and we put some platinum rust preventer on it.
Is Eastwood? It's an Eastwood product.
Yeah. And it does pretty good. I've had to touch it up one other time, but I also only did one layer, which you're supposed to do several. Yeah. So really, I probably should put another layer on it, but I just haven't. And my bumper came off of a 2021 Super Duty. It was a Laramie because it has the fancy LED pods. Yeah. But if you have a 7.3 or a 460, you can put these lights in.
The factory ones.
The factory lights in. But I can't because my radiator support is too big. So it doesn't work. I can't run them. So everyone that tells me I need to put them in, I can't. I gotta run light bars or something. And then I have brand new grill. Headlights are from CP. All the lights on this truck are from CP Addict besides like my rack lights and stuff. So the cab lights, the tail lights, everything. And the paint, it's from House of Color. I don't know what the orange is called. I just know the base color was a silver. like switchblade silver. It's a GM color. But had to get all new chrome because this was so dented up and it lost all of its polishness, like shininess. Lost all of its shininess, so we had to get a new one of these. And it is stupid how much this cost. It was like $600 for
just the stuff that goes around the windshield.
Yeah.
And there's like one
cheap.
place to buy it from.
And it's super cheap stuff, and it bends super easy. So it's really junk that you're just spending a lot of money for.
No badges. I mean, he hasn't touched on that yet. If you're wondering why there's holes here, so these are aftermarket fenders because the old ones were rusted out. He just hasn't had badges made yet. He doesn't want to put the like old school plastic looking things on there. He just wants to get some custom ones made at some point.
So also, I get questions on the mirrors actually more often than you would think. These are OEM mirrors, but you see the sport mirrors on it a lot, or you see the aftermarket versions of these. These are the original ones. I want to get them redone because they're not in super good shape. This one's in a lot better shape is the other one, but they're just not shiny like they used to be. It's losing its chrome. It needs to be all re-chromed. But this top part's aftermarket. So this will come loose occasionally, and I have to tighten it because this came from AutoZone. So a majority of this truck is AutoZone, if I'm being honest.
Lots of trips.
Lots and lots of trips. My brother actually got me this. This is a tailgate panel from OBS Solutions. And he also got me this Gen Y hitch, but
that he had powder coated.
Yeah, I just had that powder coated. It looks all right. I wish I did real chrome instead of the powder coat chrome. I would never recommend anyone powder coating anything chrome. It doesn't stay looking chrome. It starts to get like a silver. If you actually look at my radius arms down here, you can see. I mean, these ones kind of have. When my engine blew up on me, that happened the 2 months after we got it going, actually. Oil got all over them, and it was just burnt into the powder. So
they just kind of messed up.
Ever since then, it is what it is. I want to get them redone and actually chromed.
I can show you underneath here, too. He's got his hitch receiver's also powder coated.
Yep. Redid.
Powder coated
tanks,
his tank straps. Painted his tanks.
Oh, you got those other things inside there too. Your I can't remember what they're called.
Show the other side.
I guess so. Bed liner. You got Line-X bed liner. Yeah, these things. So those are from
OBS Solutions.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
Yep. I believe I had to put new strikers in my doors too. So these, I believe, are from CP Addict, I think.
I think they are too.
CP Addict and OBS Solutions kind of work hand in hand with each other. They kind of are like teamed up.
I guess. CP Addict sells OBS Solution products anyways.
Yeah. The visor is from Summit Racing.
Some people wonder, at least not my truck, his truck, but I still know I've heard a lot of people ask like why there's a visor and then the cab lights versus the visor with the lights on it. And it's because we thought it looked cooler, plain and simple. It looks heavier duty, it looks cooler, and then the lights don't shine inside of the cab like they do on the other one. So
when you're inside my truck, all you see from those cab lights, which it kind of looks cool. I get a lot of people that say they like it. The tip of this just glows orange, but it doesn't light up all inside my cab like the one on the visor actually does. So I kind of like a dark cab on the inside. I mean, I got 5% tint around this thing, so you can't really see in at all. But with the one on the visor, it's a little.
While we're talking about your windows, he broke that.
That still broke. Broke that on New Year's Day.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It still broke.
Trying to put a new mirror on, and he just yanked it off and broke it.
No one wants to fix it because of my visor, or they say they want to take my visor off.
Which is a problem.
Open
your hood.
If we pull my visor off, there's going to be serious problems.
Yeah, mainly just because it's been the visor's fine if it stays on, but You know what I mean? It rubs on the other paint. We don't want it to get messed up. And then we put this like stuff around this caps that it's gonna make it a pain in the butt to get off. And what are you doing?
I might not be able to open my hood because it's on a hill. Oh, never mind.
What does that have to do with anything?
It's flexing. The whole truck.
Push down on it.
No, that's not how it is. That's not why. I'm not gonna be able to open my hood.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. That's like a thing.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll
That's
pull
an
it
older
forward.
truck thing.
Pull it forward. Like literally nobody. Your hood or your engine's never been seen anywhere online, so might as well show it now. Yeah, we had to put a new ignition on this truck too because it was screwed up. It was just dinging all the time, even whenever you had it turned off. So put a new ignition on it. That literally took 5 minutes. It is so easy to change the ignition out on this truck. It's stupid.
So that rattling sound, that's my exhaust.
I was gonna say it. I didn't know if it would come through.
It comes loose a lot. The bolts just come flying out of where my exhaust connects to my headers. So I gotta repop my hood.
Jesus.
But I'm actually having some blow by right now. What's going on with my hood? But I got my intake manifold powder coated, and I sanded the paint. He actually painted it black for me just because he kind of wanted to see what would happen. Because I mentioned me sanding it off. He's like, well, I guess I'll just paint it black, kind of to see.
He's talking about
like it.
He's talking about these letters.
Yeah, and so I ended up sanding it off. It looked good, but I wanted it kind of to match the rest of the truck. It turned out good, but
yeah, it's got chrome valve covers on it right now.
So
if any of you guys follow him on Instagram, you'll know that he actually posted a picture of some different valve covers that said Ford Racing on it a while back.
Matched my intake.
That matched his
just
intake,
like that.
literally identical. They were literally like what, 1/4 inch too tall.
Yeah.
After we had got it on, and then he had an intake leak because of it.
So it just started screaming. Like, I've never heard this truck get that loud ever. And that's when it was just on the headers too. So it was really bad.
Ooh, that was messed up. Oh well. Yeah, but I don't know. It does have an upgraded power steering pump. It's a Saginaw pump. You got that from Don't Tell My Wife Racing.
Yeah. I don't know if he still does them.
He does again. He literally just started doing it again.
Yeah.
He took like a little break, but yeah, it's all good.
And I also got a heavier duty steering gearbox. So.
Yeah. And then it's got the Hedman headers on there. And it's really it. We actually have an underdrive pulley on the on the water pump right now. Which, to be honest with you, I don't know if we really like it on there or not, but we were just having issues and couldn't get stuff to get straightened out, and for some reason couldn't find a pulley for this truck anywhere. So that's what we ended up getting. So it kind of slows, other stuff down. Not water pump pulley. I'm dumb. I'm sorry. I mean crank pulley. So it slowed everything else down. Everything seems to be fine, but it would probably be a little bit beneficial for steering if we had a different one, but whatever.
I honestly, I have plenty of power in my steering, but the rat's nest, that's all from rock lights. It's going to get fixed eventually. I'll show you guys. I got a... all my wiring and everything should be ran to this, but I just haven't drilled any holes in my firewall or anything yet to do it.
Yeah.
But I also put all that kill mat sound deadening in here, and it makes a huge difference. If you ever take your interior out for any reason, it's not super expensive. I mean, it costs money, but it really
isn't bad. I think it was 50 square foot, if I remember right, for what, $80?
Yeah.
Or something.
And it's definitely worth it. It gets rid of most of the road noise. Like, it makes a way bigger difference than you would really ever think. Just when you put it on, I believe it comes with a roller.
No,
I
bought it separately.
Oh, okay. Well, it makes you need the roller on, and it gets kind of repetitive. I sent my girlfriend to do a lot of it.
To do a lot of the rolling.
A lot of the rolling. Yeah, she was getting after it because the rolling kind of sucked, and I was placing all the stuff everywhere else. But it stays warm in the winter with everything, and in the summer it never really gets so crazy hot in there. So I don't know if it says it on the box that it does that, but I noticed it. It made a pretty big difference. And then now that I got this tint, it actually helps even more. So.
I don't know if you ever mentioned your wheels on here. It's probably like the last thing, really.
Yeah. So I got 33 1250 Nitto Trail Grapplers. They're extremely loud. If you're planning on putting them on anything like a daily or anything, a daily driver, I would not do it. They're good. I like the way they look for this truck, you know what I mean? For like a show truck, something I'm not driving on a daily basis. But they're loud. They pick up rocks. Not a crazy amount. Not as much as my brother's. And definitely not as big as my brother's. But it's just, and they do not do good in the rain at all. But, and then I got 22 by 14 American Forces on here. I can't run the hubcaps on the front because this sticks out. That hurt. This sticks out too much, my manual lock and hubs. So that was also another problem with these trucks. The automatic hubs were not very good. So my uncle actually, before he gave it to me, this was all actually already switched over for me, the manual locking hubs. So we didn't have to worry about that at all. They work, but as soon as I put my truck in four-wheel drive, my front axle started leaking like crazy and has not stopped leaking since. So it's kind of a problem. I don't want to really fix it because I want a straight axle swap my truck, but I'm pretty sure it's going to end up locking up on me if it leaks any more oil, because I thought it would have been out of oil a long time ago, and it hasn't. So I really shouldn't be driving my truck at all right now, considering I have blow by, and my axle is probably going to lock up on me.
Yeah, last time we drove it, whenever it was leaking something, it blew up.
Yeah.
Which is why it has a new engine.
Yeah.
Although that was a lot different situation, but still.
Alright guys, well, that's my truck. We pretty much went over everything that we could think of. I'm sure there's a few things that we left out, but thanks for watching, and see you guys next time.
Everybody's going to be confused why it's got the wrong wheels on it in this video.
We're just going to a show, that's why. So this is recorded a completely different day. That's not important. See ya.